I think the biggest thing that educators at our universities who are teaching our students in communications can do is to come down out of the ivory tower. I can say that to some degree, in that I've taught at the University of Alabama the last 2 spring semesters. So I drive 6 hours round trip twice a week in order to teach a 2-hour public relations campaigns class to those seniors who are graduating in May. And if they don't have a C or better in my class, then they don't get to walk, and they have to explain to their parents why they're actually not graduating. So I've gotten to see firsthand for the last 2 years, and I've gotten feedback from students. And the way I teach my class is probably less than academic, and that I teach about the things that I left the office doing that day, and the methods we use, and the situations we face. And I'm amazed at the number of responses I get from those students of, wow, this is real world experience. And so I think our educators are doing a great job. You know, at the University of Alabama, it's been one of the top 2 or 3 schools of communication, public relations for the last several years in a row. And the students that take PR campaigns from other professors get just as good of an experience because our teachers there, our professors there are dedicated to that. But I think that you have to have, as an instructor, you have to have some idea of what's going on in the real world of what you're teaching. I had professors when I was in the School of Communications who had not been in an office environment in over 20 years. And they taught as if they hadn't been in the real world in 20 years. They were teaching right out of the book. And so it's hard for me to believe that a professor right now could even go back 5 years when really social media hadn't become the most relevant part of what we do today, and be able to teach it without having some exposure to it. And so one of the things the Planck Center is doing is taking professors out of their normal routine, putting them in a public relations work environment for 3 weeks during the summer. There's a stipend that pays them. They don't have to worry about that. And they get to see what's going on in the real life of a PR person today. So I think the biggest thing that our institutions can do is to make sure that just like doctors have to have continuing education hours and attorneys, that that should be required of our current staff in all universities, that they're out there seeing what's actually happening and how it's happening and how corporations and PR firms are handling the challenges of the plethora of information that we're dealing with day in, day out.